Today I want to talk to you about running on a hangover and how you can overcome it. So it's a really nice Sunday morning. I feel horrendous. Probably wouldn't be able to tell. My voice probably sounds a bit croaky. But yesterday we had I'm part of a dad's group. Yeah, I know, middle age. So there's a middle-aged dad's group basically in the local community, where all the dads get together for one night, one day and one night. They camp in a field that one of the dads owns and just kind of be kids again, play silly games, have a campfire, have lots and lots of meat, even though I'm veggie, so I obviously have vegetarian alternatives, and drink copious amounts of alcohol. Very immature, but highly enjoyable and a lot of fun. There's normally injuries and stuff that happen every year, which is always interesting, but fortunately nobody gets majorly hurt. It's all a bit of fun and humour, so all good fun. So I'm running back from that field this morning, so and I thought it'd be a good opportunity to do an episode of how you can run with hangover. Now, I'm certainly not particularly good at this, but considering I was drinking all day yesterday, I reckon probably had somewhere in the region of maybe 14 to 16 gin and tonics throughout the day. So it's quite a lot. I'm not a big drinker, so it's a hell of a lot for me. There's a couple of things that I did whilst I was doing it, consciously doing, to try and make this run possible today. So firstly, before I get into the ins and outs of what I was doing, a very quick injury update. Injury still not great. I'm running at 6 minutes 35k pace, so pretty slow for me, but I'm just consciously trying to run through this calf tear that we made aware of in episodes earlier this week. So but fortunately at the moment it seems to be okay. I can still feel it, but I feel like I'm able to control it. So I certainly won't be speeding up, certainly for the next few days anyway, and even after that I'll be a very gradual increase in pace, so I'll be maybe going 15-second a k quicker each day as I start the progression, but I certainly won't be doing anything until the middle of next week, at least middle of this week, sorry, before I start and consider slightly upping the pace. So that's my very quick injury update. So back to what I did to be able to run with a pretty horrendous hangover. Firstly, I was drinking lots of water. Now, I'm sure you're all aware, I drink a gallon of water a day. That's 3.7 litres. It's a lot of water to consume, but I stick to it whatever. So even though we were drinking lots of alcohol yesterday, I still managed to get my gallon of water in me throughout the day. So I did drink a lot of water before I got there. I also had a pretty healthy lunch before I got there. Something quite fairly solid. I had a egg and potato based Spanish tortilla, which was really nice, but not pretty healthy, quite calorie dense, but it lined my stomach, so I could obviously absorb some of the alcohol more effectively. But the water consumption was definitely a biggie. I think a lot of people get majorly hungover. It's mainly due to hydration and lack of fluid intake. Obviously, alcohol dehydrates you, so having that water intake really makes a difference. And strongly recommend you do it. Just going past some people, so past these people first. Morning. Yeah, don't like talking in front of people. So that was first thing. The next thing I did go to, I suppose I got my usual quota of sleep. So I went to bed at about just before 2 in the morning, but I had my normal kind of 6.5 hours. So I wasn't sleep deprived compared to normal. Whereas quite often if you often have a big night out and you struggle to sleep, fortunately I don't. So I managed to get my normal quota of sleep, which has meant the recovery has been a lot more straightforward. This morning I've had 500 ml of water, so I'm hydrated again this morning. as I intermittent fast, haven't eaten any breakfast as standard. I think if I'd have eaten something this morning, my stomach might have been a bit, I might have been struggling a little bit, to say the least. I've been to the toilet this morning without going into too much detail, and that's important before you run anyway, to obviously clear yourself out before you go for a run. And yeah, doing a 5k this morning, and I actually, the longer this has been going, kind of better I've been feeling. I think the sun and the nice weather helps. I think had it been a horrible day, it would have been more challenging. But yeah, all in all, it's been pretty successful. So that's just my tips on how to run with a hangover. So just to summarise before I sign off, rule number one, drink plenty of water. I think dehydrating is one of the major causes of a hangover. So try and consume as much, if not more, than what you normally consume whilst you're drinking. Now you might have lots of toilet breaks whilst you're doing it, but you'll thank me for it in the long run. So that's rule number two. Rule number one. Rule number two is have something, a solid food intake before you start drinking, which will help absorb the alcohol and not make it go straight into your bloodstream too quickly, and mean that you won't last the duration. So try and have a healthy and fairly solid, substantial meal before you start drinking. That will help your ability to process the alcohol consumption. And number three is try and get a decent quota of sleep. If you get those three things, you get them right, you should be able to run the next day if you really want to. Obviously, I do this because of the blog. I can tell you now, I wouldn't be doing this had it not be for the blog. So I don't know if it's a thank you or to curse you for this, but that's basically my summary of how you can run on a hangover. So as always, any questions or comments, please fire them in, and as always, I guarantee to respond to every comment. A bigger topic or question, I'll do a separate episode and tag you in. If you think it's a good value or help someone, please tag them in and share it. Like it, just give it some extra engagement. That would be most appreciated. If it's on a different platform, subscribe to my channel. So yeah, happy days. So I think I said, as always, if this is just boring you and it's not for you, just unfollow, unfriend me, and it shouldn't come up in your feed anymore. So hope you found it useful. As always, stay positive, stay happy, and I'll see you on the next episode.